Hello and welcome to The Print. A controversy has unfolded in Maharashtra where comedian Kunal Kamra has come under fire for his remarks made against Deputy Chief Minister Eknath Shinde. In a satirical song, Kamra called Eknath Shinde a traitor, which has become a full-blown political controversy. We have with us Priyanka Chaturvedi, a Rajya Sabha member belonging to the Shiv Sena Uddhav Balasav Thackeray faction, to discuss on the issue and what does it mean for Maharashtra as well as politics overall. Priyanka, thank you for being here with us. You saw what happened yesterday, how Shiv Sainiks apparently ransacked the place, the venue where this was shot. What exactly is happening there?
So firstly, they're not Shiv Sainiks, they're
Okay.
Shinde Sainiks.
Okay.
So they work on the whatever decision that Shinde takes and gets them to do. So they're working on the directions given to them by Shinde and his son. And they did what they did. But again, the question is, why use violence? He says, Meri aankhon se tum dekho to gaddar nazar wo aaye. So he's talking about his perspective. And that is part of the freedom of speech. There's no vulgarity, there's no abuse, there's no content which should make the society feel, what they're misusing their freedom of speech. It was a song, and it reminded me of the song that I had sung when, there was this entire degree issue of 3-4 degrees that Smriti Irani was presenting. Oh. So you're just rewording a popular tune to send a message across. That's what stand-up comedy is about. It's not disturbing peace. You all have gone and disturbed peace. So what is happening in Maharashtra is this, that they create such instances, they flare up instances to a point where they resort to violence. We saw it in Nagpur. We are seeing it here now. And so this pattern is emerging all over the state. The kind of intolerance that we are seeing, it's shameful.
My colleague has actually done a story on this, that this is the third incident in a span of 2 months where, in a way, comedians have been targeted.
No, again, if you're talking about comedians being targeted, one is the Kunal Kamra, the other one would be probably the Samay Raina. And in that particular incident, you must understand the language they were using was promoting incest. We're talking about it so casually. Was actually talking about breaking down societal structures of how you see your parents, intimacy of your parents. So that I feel that's a language we all need to condemn. That you cannot have content without responsibility. And another thing I had raised at that time was that I will take this up in the standing committee. And there were 2 reasons for taking it up in the standing committee. I'm a part of IT and communication. The reason being that there are no guidelines for social media or for digital platforms. The guidelines for broadcast, there's guidelines for print, you will have to adhere to the norms. So bringing just broad-ranged guidelines does not make it censorship. When you have guidelines, even the state intervention that happens, state intervention is not as uncontrolled and unhinged like we saw, excessive use of state force.
Right.
Versus content creators saying that I'm not responsible for any content I make, this is my freedom of speech. So how do we decide the border contours of what is okay and what is not? Right. And so I had stood up for that. And of course, even in that case, I thought that state intervention from Assam police getting into it, other state governments getting into it, was a little much. But that is also because state doesn't know what its responsibility towards such content is. And content creators do not take responsibility for their content. So we are right now in a situation where both sides can go overboard. And you have a platform which says, hello, we are just the messengers. Why shoot the messenger? They take no responsibility for it.
Yeah, you must have seen Devendra Fadnavis, the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, has said that legal action will be taken against Kunal Kamra. He's also pointed out he must apologize, and freedom of speech is there, but one needs to have certain accountability.
Now, freedom of speech is not absolute in India. Absolutely true. It is restricted. Absolutely true. That was the first amendment that was made in our constitution. Absolutely correct. Made by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru because of at that point in time, there were certain issues that had cropped up. Absolutely correct. But in this particular case, he's talking about his personal point of view. None of the lyrics aren't abusive. They aren't vulgar in content. And for him to say law of the land will prevail, okay, even if you register a case, on what grounds? In the earlier case, we could still say that it is about public morality. Here we don't know what it's just that because he's speaking against the government, against one particular person, that they've gone overboard. I was hoping that the home minister, chief minister is also the home minister, he would actually advise his allies that this is not what we should be doing. Maharashtra is one of the progressive, inclusive states of the country, forward-thinking states of the country. Let's not reduce it to these narrow walls of our thought processes. That anyone going beyond that we will come down heavily on it. Actually, it's a bit of a letdown to hear Fadnavis speak the way he did.
BMC officials have already, started carrying out certain demolition, saying that, structure where the venue had certain illegal portions. We see that, it had happened earlier also. People are saying when it happened with Kangana Ranaut, the opposition was quiet. Now that it's happening with with Kunal Kamra, and he has said something against, those in power, they are trying to criticize.
No, in the case of Kangana Ranaut, she was directly abusing the chief minister of Maharashtra at that time. Again, I'm not justifying, but there was no party people going and creating a ruckus inside her house. In this particular case, Kunal Kamra rents a space which has become a hub for many content creators and many stand-up comedians to come up and put up their act in front of an audience. People of Mumbai get an option to listen to stand-up comedy. What you've done with this excessive use of power by sending in the BMC today, you've actually abused power. And you taking law into your own hand, you've abused power. In her particular case, there was a history of notices that were going to her for extensions that were made. We can challenge the timing, we can talk about the timing, but no party person took law and order in their own hand. That never happened. So this comparison in itself is not correct. And then whatever happened was played out in the court, and court took a certain decision which was respected by either sides. But the point is that where does this stop? So if you were criticizing us then, why are you now condoning this behavior? And why aren't you condemning the violence that took place? Just because you do not want to hear a joke which has no vulgarity, nothing, no abuse. It's just political disagreement with the way politics was carried out in Maharashtra. And I think every part of the country saw it was naked display of power grab. That's the truth.
Do you think the space for, making such statements, freedom of speech, that is shrinking over a period of time?
What is happening in this particular case, let's be honest, the Supreme Court said what happened in Maharashtra was illegal and unconstitutional. It challenged what the decisions that the governor's taken. And in fact, the court went on to say that if Uddhavji hadn't resigned, we would have reinstated the government because whatever happened was unconstitutional, immoral, and a collusion of bad forces, agencies coming together to pull the government down. And it goes against the principle of constitutionally elected governments. So that is one part of it. That what he was saying, Kunal Kamra, was a reflection of what came out of the judgment, what we could make out, and what people of Maharashtra saw. Isn't it a fact that Eknath Shinde was the first person to break away a party? Isn't it a fact that due to all the corruption cases that BJP had his record of, ED, IT and CBI were being used to send him to Guwahati? Isn't it a fact that he first went to Surat, and from Surat he had the protection of the Gujarat police force? Then he went to Assam, which is a BJP governed state. Isn't it a fact that he brought the party structure down? So those are all what he stated were facts. You don't like it, switch it off, don't watch it.
But, an FIR has now been filed in the case. Police is saying we are trying to track Kunal Kamra. How do you see this entire, episode is somehow snowballing into a major issue?
Yes, so clearly the government which has come to power with a huge mandate is insecure about its own alliances, whether the government would be able to continue, would it be able to fulfill the promises made to the people, and they also realize they need a immediate diversion from the challenges that Maharashtra is facing. So let's create these kind of diversions. Let's have a one cabinet minister speak out against one particular religion and take it to a point where you saw an outcome of violence in Nagpur. And it was communal violence, which Nagpur has never seen in its history. So, okay, now that has about started to move in the direction of those who are accused being punished. We now have this distraction. So nobody is asking in Maharashtra that are the industries choosing to come to Maharashtra or not? Are people of Maharashtra gainfully employed or no? Do the youth feel connected to the state and want to find jobs in opportunities in the state? Over 2,000 farmers last year have committed suicide. The women are not feeling safe anymore in a state which was supposed to be the safest in the country. A city like Mumbai is amongst the safest in the country. Is seeing a whole lot of crimes against women. So they're moving away from the challenges that are there. The Larki Behan scheme, they promised from 1500 to 2100, not implementing it. In Maharashtra is reeling under severe debt burden. Nobody is talking about it because we will distract people's attention to this. So that is the unfortunate reality.
Uddhav Thackeray has said, calling a Gaddar is not an attack. How do you sort of justify that?
No, there's no justification. It is the truth. It is the truth. A political party that was, and I think Kunal Kamra put it up very beautifully, as much as they may hate me for saying this, where he said, I will go meet Arjun Tendulkar and I will speak highly of his father and I'll say, now your father is my father. This is exactly what has happened. Shiv Sena was founded by Shri Bala Saheb Thackeray ji. And he, in his twilight years, after consulting the Shiv Senics, which included Mr. Shinde, had decided the leadership would be with Uddhav ji. Let's say the man had a problem, Eknath Shinde had disagreement with going into an alliance with the Congress and the NCP. Why did he not rebel then? He was amongst the top leaders who was part of the core team which was taking decisions, key decisions for the party. Why did he agree to become a minister for 1.5, 2 years? The truth is, after doing everything and still backstabbing at a time when Uddhav ji was undergoing surgery and physiotherapy, that's when you've chosen your time. So that is called backstabbing. So let's say that's called going against the party, breaking away the party, taking the legacy of the party founder through your shenanigans, through collusion along with the BJP and using the election commission. By the way, that case is still being fought in the Supreme Court. It's still not decided. Election Commission has chosen on a certain way, which again we have challenged in the courts. And that is an ongoing procedure. So a person who has, despite getting everything besides being part of the key decision-making body, for you to run away, pack up and run away and not even have a conversation and still continue to justify what you're doing. So traitor will be called a traitor.
So do you think a mere comedy show has been given political color unnecessarily?
So let's be clear. Yes, every politician, every news anchor these days, every comedian, they all have a political side to them. Of course, they go out and vote and they may have they make their political choices. But making political choices a part of the conversation is somewhere, I would say, tilting the balance of scale. In his particular case, if you look at Kunal Kamra's stand-up comedy before 2014, and I had the opportunity to be part of Shut Up Ya Kunal, I was amongst the first who was interviewed. Madhukeshwar Desai from the BJP Yuva Morcha and Priyanka Chaturvedi was second after Madhukeshwar, who was amongst the first two politicians who agreed to go on his show. And at that time I was in the Congress. Congress was in power. And we were being mocked at. You all can go watch the entire show. He was laughing at me. He was mocking the party. He was saying all kinds of things about Dr. Manmohan Singh ji. But that's his freedom of speech. In that era, he felt he wanted to find out, joke about the inconsistencies of a government that was in power. He's doing the same now. Intolerance is what has changed. And you see a more intolerant, narrower version of freedom of speech at full display.
But, many also point out that there is a very fine line between freedom of speech and, saying what you want to say, right? So how do you ensure that balance is maintained?
Yes, so the balance, we must understand that the freedom of speech in India comes with a certain set of responsibilities. Every content creator would know that this is probably going towards a space of, where we are challenging authority or challenging our rights that are enshrined in our constitution. However, in this case, I find it difficult to believe how is it defamation, how is it abuse, how is it about public morality, how is it about national security, because those are the areas where the government can step in and where you violate your freedom of speech. So I'm finding it difficult how the Mumbai police would justify this FIR in the courts of law. And by the time a decision is taken and it's thrown out of the court, the people would have moved on to another interesting distraction. So the question is just this, that I would say that the freedom of speech, the fine line that is there, content creators, of course, would have to understand that. The governments would have to desist and resist this urge of wanting to jump into everything which is critical of them. And that is when the governments are held to account, where they go beyond their act of duty, then that is something an aware citizenry would have to do, which we are not seeing. We don't see media outraging about it or media talking about it. The disproportionate anger that was shown when Kangana Ranaut's house was brought down by the BMC vis-a-vis what is happening with Kunal Kamra in the case of Kunal Kamra is unfortunate. You've stopped an entire business, you've stopped an entire content creator economy, stand-up comedy, and while Prime Minister speaks about creators economy, you're also not providing safe spaces for them to do create their content. So that is a challenge.
So do you think that, incidents like these will also, in terms of how it is perceived as censorship, it will also create an atmosphere of fear for content creators, for creative minds?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Stand-up comedy, if you remember, there's this entire case in Indore where stand-up comedy shows were cancelled. And one of the guys, I just happened to read about him. One is the Mumbai stand-up comedian, Munawar Rana.
Munawar
He's
Faruqi.
when he's gone on to become quite a celebrity in himself. He's given up on stand-up comedy. The person who was to do a show with him was a local Indore boy who was trying his luck in stand-up comedy. He has been hounded to a point where his house was bulldozed. So what we are doing is, yes, we are harming this entire structure of creating, being able to find some good content creators, and we are throwing away the entire opportunity. So anyone who's going to come and say, okay, I want to do this, they're going to be scared. But at the same time, I would request all content creators, yes, we want you, we need more of you, we need you all coming with courage, we need to come, but most importantly, we need you to come well informed. That what is it, the no-go areas, what is it that you can't do. But in the sense of having a guideline in place will make the government accountable. Right now, the government is not accountable for what they end up doing.
One last question, a lot of, those who critique the opposition, they're also pointing out that, Shiv Sena, the Uddhav Thackeray faction, that in the past there have been incidents against them also, and when certain statements have been made against their leaders, there have been incidents where they have also retorted to the same, they have retorted to the same manner, the way it has unfolded this time.
No, actually not really. If you look at the past Shiv Sena, we've had to move with the times. And the last violence coming from Shiv Sena, I do not even know which year. It's a matter of discussion which people keep bringing out to justify what is happening right now. In this case, this was not, okay, let's say, oh, we dug up the cricket pitch at one point in time. We didn't dig up a pitch because they were making comments about Balasaheb Thackeray ji. We dug up the pitch at that point in time because we were seeing Indian soldiers die at the border and India wanting to play Pakistan. We took a stand for the nation at that time. You may like it, dislike it, that's another problem. But there have been changing times. What you're saying, to justify one wrong, we are bringing back something that happened decades ago. And again, I can say this with full authority, I don't know of any recent incident where we have gone and physically vandalized anything. We could be accused of, agencies doing it, etc. And we've also faced the backlash of it. But if you look at the proportion of backlash that we've received versus what these guys are receiving, and they are brazenly saying what they're saying, is unfortunate.
Will you be raising this issue in the parliament?
Absolutely, absolutely. If our Prime Minister talks about creating a content economy and he's talking about a creator's economy, he's talking about a concert economy, all of these will have an impact if we continue to come down strongly on these people.
He's also said that, there is a place for criticism too.
Yeah, and of course, we know how open he is to criticism. We've not had him face the press or even address the media. He hasn't taken their questions even once.
Thank you so much, Priyanka, for speaking with us. This is Neelam Pandey reporting with Manisha from New Delhi.